I think we're having a reckoning as a society, right? No girl should ever be put in the situation that they were put in by Epstein and whatever was going on with all of the various people around him. No girl. I mean, it's beyond heartbreaking, right? I remember being those ages those girls were. I remember my daughters being those ages, right? How did that happen to those girls, right? And so for me, it's just sadness for, you know, I left my marriage. I had to leave my marriage. I wanted to leave my marriage. I had to leave I felt I needed to eventually leave the foundation. So it's just sad. That's the truth, right? And it's kind of like, at least for me, I've been able to move on in life. And I hope there's some justice for those now women, right? We see them standing up in front of microphones in D.C. What they went through is just unimaginable, I think.
Epstein was hiding in plain sight. We all knew about him. We all knew what he was doing. But we had no one that was, legal aspect that would go after him. They were afraid of him. For whatever reason, they were afraid of him. All of a sudden, someone said, BS. We're not afraid of you anymore, and what you're doing is not only wrong, it's illegal, it's, all those things. It's like a house of cards now. It's going to start tumbling, believe me. And these guys, if they don't leave the country, number one, they're going to get caught, and they're going and they, not only will they get caught, but they're going to be made examples of. And that's exactly what we should be doing.
It has now come out in the emails and the documents that Bill Gates is a total whoremonger, which has been well known for a long time, and was having sex with so many prostitutes, looks like underage, in Eastern Europe, you name it, and with Epstein in Paris, that they were hanging out constantly, that he had a bunch of venereal diseases, and he thought he'd gotten Melinda Gates sick, and so he was trying to get drugs that were liquid antibiotics to put in her drink. Well, Melinda Gates, Melinda French is her maiden name, throws ex-husband Bill to the wolves over Epstein. You've got some explaining to do. She just came out and said this. So the rats are leaving the sinking ship. Andrew Monbatten, which is another fake name. They're not House of Windsor. Their true name is Saxe-Coburg Gotha, and then a bunch of Hungarian names. Their original first bloodline goes to Vlad the Impaler. You cannot make it up. Yes, that's Count Dracula. If you think I'm joking, just type in British bloodline, Count Dracula. It stops with him. It starts with him. You can't make it up, okay? You look at a breed of dogs, it'll say, well, 200 years ago, this dog and this dog were bred, and then that created the line of whatever. That literally Count Dracula. That's why Bram Stoker wrote it about, they live under the church, they come out at night and kill people. Count Dracula brings babies to his queens. I mean, it's an allegory of what they're doing. So he's heavily involved with Epstein. So's the king, all of them. He's already been stripped of his royal title. Now he's reported to the police. So headline, the former backup king of England is now at a police department over Epstein. He's now in jail, basically. Yeah, boy, things are moving fast. So here's Melinda Gates. It's a longer interview, but here she is. This is so massive. We'll get Pete Santilli's expert take on this. He works heavily with the white hats at the DOJ. I just leave it at that. Here it is.
I think we're having a reckoning as a society, right? No girl should ever be put in the situation that they were put in by Epstein and whatever was going on with all of the various people around him. No girl. I mean, it's beyond heartbreaking, right? I remember being those ages those girls were. I remember my daughters being those ages, right? So for me, it's personally hard whenever those details come up, right? Because brings back memories of some very, very painful times in my marriage, but I have moved on from that. I purposely pushed it away and I moved on. I'm in a really unexpected, beautiful place in my life. So whatever questions remain there of what I can't even begin to know all of it, those questions are for those people and for even my ex-husband. They need to answer to those things, not me.
Well,
and I am so happy to be away from all the muck that was there.
I have to put more words to the muck for context for our listeners. The emails and the files suggest that Bill Gates had additional affairs and that he tried to get medication to treat a sexually transmitted infection, and that he was going to give you the medicine without you knowing. His representative has said all of this is false. It is not on you to have to respond to the details of that alleged behavior, but I wonder what your dominant emotion is when you read these news articles with these details.
Sad. Just unbelievable sadness. Unbelievable sadness, right? And again, I'm able to take my own sadness and look at those young girls and say, my God, how did that happen to those girls, right? And so for me, it's just sadness for, I left my marriage. I had to leave my marriage. I wanted to leave my marriage. I had to leave I felt I needed to eventually leave the foundation. So it's just sad. That's the truth, right? And it's kind of like, at least for me, I've been able to move on in life. And I hope there's some justice for those now women, right? We see them standing up in front of microphones in D.C. What they went through is just unimaginable, I think.
Well, you have the former wife, Nicole Shanahan, who did get out for real, exposing Sergey Brin as being happy for the lockdown, saying it's all part of the takeover, our new world order, saying that they kept the wives as front groups and to launder money, but not in the case of Melinda French. She's a eugenicist. She's involved. Once Gates got caught, they broke off to try to protect everything with her. So she's so glad she's not part of it anymore. Yeah, right. She's heavily involved wearing her upside-down crosses on TV. So this is gigantor, and you have the king's brother, who's in line for the throne, removed from the royal family in police custody today over Epstein. And then you have all these talk show hosts like Roe Barker on ABC and saying, oh, we all knew about Epstein, but we weren't allowed to break it. Ha, 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 it would have been a big story. Didn't care about the kids. Just cared about big stories she missed. You have John McCain's wife saying, after he died, oh, yeah, we all knew what Epstein was doing. Oh, yeah, you all knew, huh? Yeah, let's play her. Here's a clip of McCain's wife.
In plain sight. Epstein was hiding in plain sight. We all knew about him. We all knew what he was doing. But we had no one that was, legal aspect that would go after him. They were afraid of him. For whatever reason, they were afraid of him. All of a sudden, someone said, BS. We're not afraid of you anymore on what you're doing. It's not only wrong, it's illegal, it's, all those things. It's like a house of cards now. It's going to start tumbling, believe me. And these guys, if they don't leave the country, number one, they're going to get caught, and they're going, and they, not only will they get caught, but they're going to be made examples of. And that's exactly what we should be doing with these guys, especially. In my opinion, if I know there's.
Ladies and gentlemen, now Amy Robach, ABC News. These are rats leaving the sinking ship. If you're the wife of John McCain, you know all about it. You do nothing. You're complicit. If you're Amy Robach, you know about it. You do nothing. You're complicit. At least go report it. I knew about this 20 years ago. I exposed it. Epstein specifically. 30 years ago with Ted Gunderson. 32 years ago. So I did my job. Here's the ABC News reporter, and we'll go to Pete Santilli at his take.
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. We were so afraid we wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will that also quashed the story. And then Alan Dershowitz was also implicated in it because of the planes. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton. We had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on. to no avail, and now it's all coming out, and it's like these new revelations, and I freaking had all of it. I'm so pissed right now. Like, every day I get more and more pissed because I'm just like, oh my God, what we had was unreal. Other women backing it up. Hey, yep. Brad Edwards, the attorney, 3 years ago, saying there will come a day when we will realize Jeffrey Epstein was the most prolific pedophile this country has ever known. And I had it all 3 years ago.
And she's only pissed that she didn't get the scoop. I'm here to announce a new, extremely exciting product at thealexjonesstore.com, and that's Mind Fuel. Brought to you by the same folks that developed Optimal Human. This is an Optimal Human product. We set out with our sponsor, Bigley, to come out with a clean, nootropic energy shot that doesn't have any letdown, but gives you clean energy. This stuff is so strong, though, I take half a shot in the morning, it's a big shot, and another half in the afternoon if I need to work late. But again, you can still sleep on it because it's not a traditional stimulant. So if you loved Optimal Human, the strongest, best, super nutrient-packed green drink out there, available right now at thealexjonesstore.com, you are going to love Mind Fuel. And when I go through these ingredients, go research these for yourself, and then know, when you find out how great they are, that we have the very best and the very strongest in this product, Mind Fuel, available right now at thealexjonesstore.com. Nootropic Mind Fuel is here. This clean, caffeine-free energy shot is designed for clear thinking, steady focus, and zero compromise. It's time to abandon sugary energy drinks and stimulant-heavy formulas in favor of clean, functional, nootropic-based energy. 0 calories, sugar-free, benefit, no crash, no blood sugar spike. Advantage can be used daily without guilt, and it's good for your whole body, not just your brain. Caffeine-free formula, smooth, clean energy. Advantage, ideal for caffeine-sensitive users and late-day use. Nootropic Alpha GPC, Citrulline, DMAE, GABA. Benefit, supports mental clarity and focus. Advantage, competes with premium brain formulas in a convenient shot. And the best part is, it's an adaptogenic and herbal proprietary blend. Balanced, grounded energy. Advantage, appeals to both biohackers and holistic consumers. And then it's got high-quality electrolytes and a spectrum of high-quality B. If you love our other products, thealexjonesstore.com, you are going to love Mind Fuel. And if you haven't tried our ultramethylene blue, or our Shilajit, or our sea moss, or our bovine colostrum, you're crazy. These are all incredible products. Get your Mind Fuel now at thealexjonesstore.com and help keep us on the air while empowering your life.